but this is how you sync the audio. So anyway, we got paint try 3, take 1. Okay, what I've done is that I showed how to mix the paint in the other segment of this video, and I will edit this all up, and it will be a cohesive video once I edit it. What I've done is mix the gray, and we put 1 coat of gray on the bottom. Now my compressor is down to about 100 pounds. I think we could go a little longer on it. And I've been running this stream now about 40 minutes, and I had planned on an hour. So we might run a little over on the stream. I see that the health is up, it's working. And if you're getting audio, let me know in the box. I need to know that everything is working. So type into the box that you can hear me, and we'll go from there. But we gave her a coat of gray, and there's a when you put the paint on this thing, that's when the mistakes really stand out. And I thought I had most of them fixed, but obviously I don't. But we're just not going to worry about it. I can't keep going forever on it. So now I'm just kind of touching up the areas that I missed. This is the first coat. On the second reel, or on the good Jim, on the next reel, when I mix the green, I will not be doing that as a live stream, for the simple fact the compressor has to run. And so if you want to see it painted in detail, you'll have to watch the video. Because I'm going to take this footage, the footage in that camera, and the opening footage that I shot that you guys didn't see with my GoPro, and put it all together, edit it up, try to make the sound match, and make one decent video out of it. Anyway, the idea behind this is we're going to, by the looks of the photograph, that I'm going to kind of model after Old Crow. It looks to be gray on the bottom and OD green on the top. And I guess on this video, on the live stream here, we can mix up the OD green. I'll show you how I'm going to arrive at that. But what I'm doing here is I want to make sure that all the bottom is covered, because we're going to come back with a camel line along the fuselage that I'm going to airbrush in OD green. So it's taken about 2 of these containers, so these are about four fluid ounces to paint the bottom. There that goes. So I had really made the right choice to cut back on the amount of paint that I had in here, because we're half gone, so it was about about 8 ounces of paint, and that'll be plenty to do the job, and I won't have a bunch left over. Because I have a bunch of cans underneath the workbench that are of custom colors that I've mixed up that I'll never use on anything. You know, it's just not how it works. You can see some streaks in this. Now, not that it matters. And because your eye is fooled, we're going to paint invasion stripes on the bottom of this. Panel lines. Of course, the rondelles. I'm going to give it, you know, it's not going to be as detailed as I did my Thunderbolt, but I'm going to give it the business. Try to hide some of all these, you know, hide some of these mistakes that were made in the woodwork, just to take your eye away from them. And then we'll clear it. And it really should have a matte clear, but I don't know how to make flat dope. I'm sure there is. Now, you can't forget this piece either, because this whole piece, you know, if you don't make this piece gray on the bottom and green on the top, it'll look like you know, it was an afterthought. So we'll go ahead and put the gray on the bottom of this too. Even though it's gray, it's not the exact same. This is primer gray and this is polar gray. They're close as my eye would make them, but so there you have it. See, we got the gray on the bottom. Let's set that aside. No big deal. So I'm also going to get the wheel doors painted via the Al Ray method of, you know, like I did my Thunderbolt, and the cockpit where it shows the ribbing inside and all that other business. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. I'm going to make up some stencils to do this a little different, instead of having to tape them off and then all that other stuff. So we'll make it a little quicker that way. I want to have this airplane done, ready to go in clear by next weekend. Got to have at least 4 done by the end of the year. And that works out to about 1 a month. And, you know, I really thought I could do them faster, and I probably could have, if the circumstances had to be different. Trying to do the build along, trying to, you know, trying to build my, it's just tough. So I got to do what I got to do. But anybody says you can't paint an airplane with an airbrush is wrong. I do it all the time. You want to save weight. That's basically the best way to do it. Now, just because this is colored dope doesn't mean I'm not going to sand it either, because it's got some spots in it that need to be sanded, but I'm going to have to get some more 600 sandpaper. When you move to the dope side, you have to go down in grain, so to speak. You don't want to be sanding on this with 80 grit. You want to, you know, sand on it with 600 or 1200 or 800. So, you know, somewhere in the finer grits. Otherwise, you'll be pulling your hair out, because you're going to have to go back and do some things. Now, like right here, you know, I can see, but I can't be too critical. It is what it is. Let's see here. It looks like I'm not. I guess I'll let that dry. It's got some shiny spots in it and some dull spots. I'm hoping that it all goes dull evenly, and that way it won't be so bad. Because the shine doesn't really come up until the clear goes on. I see the stream health is good. I'm glad. I'm going to give it another mark here. Just because I know the audio is going to be way out of sync. I'm going to, I have a recorder for a separate audio track, and it should be here tomorrow. So that'll make recording these a little bit easier. Because as it stands right now, I'm going to be taking the audio off of my Sony camera and trying to transpose it onto that, along with my little camera. So it's just difficult. And I didn't go to school for this, and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. If I was Chris Rudd, maybe I'd know what I was doing. Anyway, are there any questions? We only had 3 people watch, and I do apologize for the audio health, but you know, there's nothing I can do. I don't own the internet. I wish the hell I did, because it would work. You know, the phone company, same way. If I owned the phone company, you guys wouldn't have any phone problems. It just bothers the hell out of me. I got one that's I got one that I'm going to tell you about. West Community Credit Union. I had an account there, and I let it go inactive for about a year. You know, they sent me emails and they sent me letters, and you know, inactive. Okay, so what? You know, I don't need the money. It's my money. Well, I went to get the money out. They closed my account and kept the money. I said, wait a minute. Well, that's policy. You know what? I'm going to the Better Business Bureau, and I'm going to go to the Attorney General's office, and I'm going to Contact 2, and I'm going to Facebook, and now I'm telling you about it, even though you don't live in the area. Just watch it. Them banks will steal from you if you let them, and they're not going to get away with it. It's my money. If they didn't want to deal with it anymore, they should have wrote me a check, put 25 cents on an envelope, and sent it to me. It just boggles my mind that they're going to rip me off and say, well, there's nothing we could do. It's policy. Well, you're going to unpolicy it. I'll tell you that right now. I'm so sick of how things work in this country. It's ridiculous. So, that's basically my 5 minutes of bitching. We got it in gray. Oh, I was going to show you how I was going to mix the we're going to mix the green up. That's what it was. Now, I did the black and the gray a little bit different. Have a can here. It's not really empty. It had a little bit of white in it. We're not going to worry about it because we're mixing color anyway. I just pour that in with the gray. It's got a little bit of white in it. Who cares? I'm going to take blue. I know that I'm going to need around 8 ounces to paint the airplane, because that's what the bottom took. Only we're changing color this time, so it's probably going to take 10 ounces. But it is dark, so no big deal. So this is an insignia blue, pretty dark blue, and I'm going to fill this up. I almost did it wrong again. Yellow first. And I'd have been kicking myself in the ass if I'd have done that. Got a Cub yellow here. Actually, it's a Cessna yellow. Or, yeah, Cub yellow. Filled it about halfway up. Because I'm going to keep some yellow because I'm going to do some yellow airplanes. I don't want to make everything green. Now, if you can see down in there, you can see that it's yellow. We are going to use such very little blue, you can't believe it. I would say possibly a half an ounce was poured in there, and that might be too much. I'm not sure. Hopefully not. But automatically it turns like an OD green. And see, it actually didn't turn OD green. It turned piss yellow. kind of a mustard yellow. But it's it's a nice color, just not the right color. So we'll add a little bit more. We might have to add some black to darken it up. But man, you don't want to add too much at this stage, because you can ruin a can of paint and there's no bringing it back. It's a lime yellow now. And I'm thinking that we might have to add a little red. Is it red? Yeah. Yep, let's add a little red. Now I'll explain to you why red. Most people would continue, this is orange. Orange is close, but I'd rather have red. I have some insignia red here. Would continue to add blue. And that would be a good train of thought. Except all that's going to do, let's see what this is. Except what that's going to do is it's going to make it, I don't think this is red. If you continue to add blue, that'll just make it more pea green. Oh, this is purple. This is that purple I mixed up. Yeah, so we don't want that. Might get a purple airplane on this mess. I don't know. Okay, we got some insignia red here. Insignia red, we got the green that we've made. The color wheel really works weird. So red and green make what? They make brown, or they make green OD. You better make sure you mix enough paint to do the whole job, because you'll never be able to match it. That wasn't enough. You're going to need a little black too, because we're way off. Way off. You guys bored to death yet? I'll add a little bit more blue. getting closer. A little more blue. Mess. There we go. It's coming into coming in now. Add a little more red. It's too bright. I want forest green. What the heck? Let's see. I mixed this up. Let's see. I made this green a while back. Let's see how that works. It's a little bit bright too. It's a little better. Let's add a little black to it and see what happens. I got a green here, but I really want a forest green or an OD green. And I have two pea greens. So we have, oh man. Yeah, first mistake. So, got to fix that. Okay, that's fixed. Put it back up out of the way. Stupid. Too many paint cans open. A little black. Don't want to really darken it. That's it. Nope, not quite dark enough yet. It'll be dark now. We're down to 3. Oh yeah. Okay, about got it. One more round of black and just a touch more red. Well, we're about an hour and 15 minutes into this thing, but I wanted to give you guys a full hour because we had a stream problem. And I have my green now. God, that took a while to get that color. There you go. It helps to know your color wheel. You can see the color green that it will be. It could be a little darker, but you know, like I told you when I was mixing the gray, you want it a little lighter because when it dries, it will be a little darker. So if I make it dark, it'll end up being too dark. And you go, God, that's putrid. So clean up the mess here. Didn't get any questions. I hope you guys aren't bored to death. As I stated, this video and the other stream and the camera and my GoPro camera will be remixed into a 2-hour long finishing segment. The first finishing segment will be, I'm going to use some of this reel, and I'm going to use some from the other camera, and edit it together and make one cohesive video. And I'll leave this video up. If you want it, if you want to watch it, you better download it, because I'm going to download this video and then remove it from my channel. And you ask, well, why would I remove it? Well, the numbers, if I have people who come on the what a mess, come on the channel, watch 5 minutes, and then get off the channel, it goes against me. So I realize that these live streams are boring. I realize that the live streams are boring, so if I take it off and edit it up, it won't be a strike against me. I don't know. That's just what I didn't want to do. Get the mess cleaned up. We have our color. We have the green. Probably watching and laughing at me. Knucklehead. I made a big mess. That's all right. Thinner burns in the cuts. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my channel. I hope you've enjoyed the live streams. I'm trying to bring you the content. Ask Sparky shit. Just whatever. Trying to keep it fresh, keep it fun. We had a paint mixing seminar tonight. As I stated, most people don't know about adding the other colors, the other hues. Like when you make black, you don't just keep adding different colors in. There's a blue black, a red black, a green black. And there's all kinds of whites. There's eggshell white and swift white, insignia white, and they're all different shades because they all have other paint colors of the spectrum in them. So you got the biggest book out there available to you, and that's the internet. Use Google, and you can Google color wheel, or what it takes to make certain colors or whatever. You don't have to go to. I went to school for it, didn't learn anything, but I mean, that's almost 50 years ago, 40 something years ago. But I do remember contrasting colors and opposing colors, complementing colors, chromatic colors, and these are things that are kind of helpful to know when you're doing a custom paint job, unless you have a super eye and can see different hues in it. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Would everybody agree that's OD green? Could be a little darker, but we're going to leave it a little lighter. So, put the lid on this, put some tape on it, mark it. See, I got a marker square. Well, I had a marker. Oh, I know what I did with it. I put it back where it belongs. That's why I couldn't find it. And we'll be painting this, as I stated, I'm going to do this on a video and not on a live stream because the compressor is going to need to run. So, P51. I'm going to clean up this paint mess that I got. Yeah, we're down to our, you know, I run over several times now on this video, so. Just model airplane, yeah, looks like crap. Anyway, I'm going to shut the camera off. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for the hour. If you have any questions, yeah, it's usually what happens, Jim. You gotta. You have a ton of paint. Well, the reason why you're wasting a ton of paint is you just don't realize what goes into the color. If I didn't add red, if I didn't add red into this green, I would either had to add so much blue into it, it would end up blue, or so much black. But the red turns the green to brown, so that makes it dark, gives you that rich earth tone. So knowing the colors that go inside each particular hue will save you a lot of paint, time, and you know, I can stand here and try to pass on the knowledge that I have. However, for every color, there's no possible way. So the best thing to do is go on the internet, look up a color wheel, and see. For instance, you know, you gotta what are conflicting colors or what are complementing colors? Well, what goes best with purple? Well, that would be yellow. And you think, yellow, God, that's nasty. Well, it's kind of like, even though the Blue Angels does it, you know, blue airplane, yellow letters. That, I don't know why they did that. That is absolute wrong combination. It looks hideous. But, you know, to each his own. But if you go on the internet and you search color wheel, color mixing chart, there'll be 250,000 hits on different things. You can download that wheel and put it on your bench and go, oh shit, there ain't nothing to that. That was simple as heck. So I don't know. Any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Just ask on the forum, call me on the phone. It doesn't matter. Send me an email, send me an IM. I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything. And the guys who do profess to know everything are dangerous. But I do know one thing as a mechanic. Two things. I don't know everything, but I do know where to find it. And the internet is really good. It ain't like looking it up on a fish. So the internet's cut down quite a bit of time. Anyway, I'm going to cut the camera. Thanks for joining me today, this afternoon. Been streaming now an hour and a half. Even though we didn't have sound, I did get it back and get it fixed. So I apologize. You know, the internet's not mine. If it was, it would work. What can I say? So anyway, I'll try to get this video made up. The other video will be available probably tomorrow, because it takes quite a bit. I still have to paint the airplane, and we're going to have to run the compressor. Then I'm going to have 2 hours to edit the video. So it takes a lot of work. So be sure to like, subscribe, share this video. If you can support Stunt Hangar, there's a button that's going to be on the top, up there on the top right. You know, support Stunt Hangar, 10 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever you can do that helps me bring good content to you guys. All this shit costs money. I don't mind doing it. I don't expect one guy to pay for it all. I just wish everybody would, you know, pitch in, but they don't. So got to do what we can do. So anyway, until I see you again, tight lines, fair winds. See ya.